Hello, this is Justin Seven with SportsbookReview.com, and I'm going to preview the Ravens-Dolphins game. The Ravens opened up as a 3-point favorite with a total of 37. You can see the early money has been on Baltimore, driving the price up to 3.5. The early money also drove the total up from 36.5 and 37 up to 38. So how do the Dolphins turn their program around after going 1-15 last year to 11-5 and winning their division? One of the key factors has been turnovers. The entire year they only had 13 turnovers, which is a league record for the fewest. They had consistent play from Chad Pennington. He only threw 7 interceptions for the year. Another factor that helped them was having a pretty easy schedule. Based on strength of schedule, they had the 30th easiest schedule, which greatly helped them. Another factor that helped a lot was the ease of their schedule. Of the 32 NFL teams, only 2 of them had a weaker schedule in terms of strength of schedule. Now, while I'm very happy for the Dolphins and the improvements they've made, I don't think they're as strong as a typical 11-5 program, and I might even say they're the weakest team in the playoffs this year. Now, whereas the Dolphins are a fairly balanced team with a slightly below average offense, a pretty typical defense, the Ravens are very lopsided. The Ravens have just an amazing defense. One of the most impressive things about the Ravens defense is their red zone defense. How do teams do once they get inside the 20-yard line? They score more field goals than touchdowns. For the year, teams inside the red zones have been held to 14 touchdowns versus 16 field goals, and almost a third of the time they walk away empty. Given the strength of the Ravens defense, they've tailored their offense around it. So instead of having an aggressive attacking offense, they have a very passive offense whose goal is to simply not lose the game. With that in mind, they run the ball 37 times a game, which is more than any other team in the NFL. Although they have the number 18 offense with regards to yardage, they still put up over 24 points a game, which is above average. So their return on yardage is higher than most teams, and that goes back to the defense. Strong defensive play means you have a shorter field. They also have 6 defensive touchdowns and 3 safeties, which gradually add to it. If Baltimore's defense has trouble shutting down the other team, their offense has struggled. So much, in fact, that only twice this season has Baltimore scored more than 13 points if their opponent scored more than 13 points. My belief is that Baltimore's defense is going to hold Miami. It wouldn't surprise me if Miami was held to 13 or less. A key matchup, obviously, is going to be Pennington versus the Ravens defense, pass defense. Pennington only has 7 interceptions on the year, which it's phenomenal. Normally, the best predictor for how many interceptions a team will have is based on the number of passes thrown. And based on the number of passes thrown, you'd expect Pennington to probably have closer to 12. So to that degree, the Dolphins have been pretty lucky. And it wouldn't surprise me to see Pennington throw at least 1, but probably 2 picks. As long as the Ravens can keep it close and not give up too many scores quickly, I think the game will get very ugly. I expect the Ravens to dominate, and I go with 24-13 Ravens. Given that, I certainly like the Ravens a little bit, laying 3.5 points, but I have no opinion on the total. This preview has been brought to you by SportsbookReview.com. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at justin@sportsbookreview.com.